Hi guys, and welcome back to Asknikkip. Oops, I don't want to write a new message. I gotta read my email. Okay, I'm gonna jump into the question. It says, "Hey Nikki, my sister keeps getting in these unhealthy relationships, and she never sees that until they break up. She is not the same person when she is with these guys and becomes selfish and rude. I've been supporting her in these relationships because I love her, but it's getting to the point where it's not only affecting me, but it is affecting my family. Any tips on what I should say to her without being controlling?" All right, guys. Well, first off, I am not the pro at this, okay? I am extremely controlling, and it's something I've had to really work on, like how to love people without telling them what to do or without trying to control their behavior. And it comes from a loving place because I want the best outcome for people. So I say, look, you should do X, Y, and Z. That will help, but like, it can come across as controlling, and I think that it really comes across as controlling and not loving when someone is dealing with things, which actually we're all dealing with things. That's hard. I'm gonna say you could go one of two ways with this. You could go the way of sitting down and talking to your sister when she's single and saying, and I'm saying this really hesitantly because I don't know if this is the best route, but it's just thought. You could say to her, you know, hey, have you considered having some time alone to yourself? I think it would be really cool for you to have time, you know, alone to find out what you really love and who you really are. I've been thinking about that, and I just wanted to present that to you. I don't know, like, dude, I don't even know if that's the right thing to say. I want you guys to chime in the comment section if she were to talk to her sister, what some of the things she could say are. Yeah, not my expertise. My other thought, which is more where my head is at, is you can't control her. I put this on Twitter maybe like a month ago. I said you can't change someone, you can only love them. Maybe it was on Instagram. And I think that that's really, really hard to accept, especially when it comes to family. If you see someone in your family doing self-destructive behavior, you obviously want to help them because it's like, I want the best for you. You need to do this. But like, your family members are just normal people too, going through things, and it's not your fault, and you can't control their every move. So I think that as hard as that is, just letting your sister know you love her, living your life, not letting it weigh you down, I think that that's, in my head, off the top of my head, I think that's the best thing to do, is just loving her and letting her know that you love her and supporting her. Because yeah, you're not going to be able to change her from like, even a discussion. I don't think, you might be able to make your sister think about something, but you're not going to be able to change her from a discussion. So that is hard though. And yeah, that's my thoughts. Like I said, everybody leave your thoughts down below because I always like hearing what you guys think about things. So I don't know if that was helpful at all, but that's just kind of my initial thought. And Twitter says, what was your worst date ever? Okay. I don't know if this is my worst date ever, but this is just the first thing that popped into my head. I hesitate to even tell this on the internet, but I'm just going to say it, whatever. Before I was dating Dan, I was kind of seeing this guy, and I had hurt my knee, and he had come to my house to take me to get food, and it was actually breakfast, and I couldn't really walk because I was in like a cast. And he brought me to his truck, he like picked me up, brought me to the truck, took me out to food, and it was weird because in the time I wouldn't have called it my worst date ever because I kind of had fun, but in retrospect, and the reason I think it popped up in my head was because he was so, like, I remember when I started dating Dan, the contrast between Dan and this guy was so stark because this guy made me feel like a complete idiot like the entire time we were out and was just making fun of me via jokes that like weren't really jokes and were actually kind of what's the word when someone like tears you down. And Dan has always been very like, even though it's different, it was just totally different. And the whole time I just kind of felt like an idiot and not that special, not that cute. And the sad part is I still saw that guy for a while until Dan and I got together, but he was a douchebag, at least to me. So that's what I would call my worst date ever. I know that's not that exciting of a story. That wasn't even that detailed or like what really went down, but that was it. I haven't had like a ton of like crazy horrific dates because I haven't really dated many people. So Boring story commenced. Or, no, commenced is beginning. Boring story concluded. That's it. Okay, guys. So I will see you all very soon. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Send your messages and your questions to asknikkip@gmail.com or use the hashtag asknikkip. And as usual, remember, whatever you are going through, it is temporary. You are in a season. You will get through this. Just keep moving forward. And that's it. I will see you soon. Bye, guys.